Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. Alright, so before I get things started, I want you to know about this. Today, I got my COVID shot/flu shot. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because of I got my COVID shot. So you may see this while I'm doing this video, so don't be distracted by this. Just pay attention to me. And don't be distracted at all by this. Okay, so with that said, where I left off from Alola, and of how I interpreted Alola, my journey to Alola is like Melemele Island, Ula Ula Island, Melemele Island, then Ula Ula Island, because, believe it or not, in the anime, Galar Island doesn't have captains. So that means there's no need for me to go to Galar, unless if I want to take on the Kahunas or something. So, nah. So that's how I would interpret my journey. Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Ula Ula. Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Ula Ula. Was that Hawaii? Yeah. So, that's how my journey would be throughout the islands and not head to... Oh wait, I forgot. Duh, I forgot about Pony Island. Check that. Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Pony, Ula Ula. Sorry about that. I meant Pony. So, Melemele, Ula Ula, Melemele, Pony, Ula Ula. Okay. Sorry, I just forgot about Pony Island. So, when that part is done, then I can head to the Alola League. And when I finish off the Alola League, then I would head back to Kanto. And now this is where this comes in, because this isn't about Alola right now. This is about Galar. But right now I'm still under pre-Galar. Because, first off, yes, I would head to Kanto. And this journey I had in Alola was with me and Guzma. So it would just be me and Guzma for the journey, and Plumeria is the new boss to Team Skull. So me and Guzma will head to the plane to Kanto. And then once we head to Kanto, I told Guzma to stay outside because would Professor Oak wonder why someone like him is around? Come to think of it, he would not know who he is. But I would just tell him to just wait outside for me. So I would just head to Kanto, talk to Professor Oak at Oak's lab, and what I would want to talk to him about, well, now this is a point in time that I needed to find out where Ash Ketchum is, and of where people may think Ash is. He could be in Paldea or somewhere else. But I do not know if he's in Paldea, so I could rule that out because I don't know that, so he might be somewhere else. So I would like it if Oak could give Ash Ketchum a call. And for him to know where he is. After Oak finds out where Ash is, he would just have a talk with Ash as usual, wondering how his new journey is going on, and then he'll hang up. After he hangs up, Oak will tell me where Ash is all this time. And then I would head there with Guzma. So I leave Oak's lab. After that, and with the information gathered of where Ash is, me and Guzma head to where Ash is. So, that's what we do. So this is what I'm going to talk to you about of the head part of pre-Galar, head to Kanto and talk to Oak of where Ash is. Head to where Ash is and find him, found Ash, and give him a piece of my mind. Get mad at Ash and ask Ash to travel with me. So, of giving Ash the piece of my mind and getting mad at him for what he did, Once I find him, this is what I'll do. I would say this to Ash Ketchum while Guzma is somewhere else because I want to have a moment to Ash on what I feel right now. But first things first, before I get into being mad. So here's my acting abilities in my encounter to Ash. There he is. Guzma, I want you to be hidden in plain sight for one more time. I want to give Ash a piece of my mind. Just because of what he did. And if you want to know what he did, well, I'll let you know when I come back out. Or should I say after being private with Ash. So, I go in to her Ash is, and then bam! This is the lowdown. Excuse me? Are you Ash Ketchum? Yes, I am. How do you know me? Unless my reputation precedes me. Well, your reputation does precede you. But mind if I talk to you in private? In private? Is something wrong? If you come with me, I will be glad to let you know if there is something wrong. Okay, then I'll come with you if there is something wrong. So, me and Ash go ahead and have a private talk to where no one would find us. Ash Ketchum, I may be excited to see you, but there is something wrong. And if you want to know if there is something wrong, there's something wrong about you. And if you think there's something wrong about me, well, then you're correct. Because of you. Me? What did I do? First off, you were late getting your first Pokemon and you ended up with a Pikachu because you were in your pajamas, let alone being late. I didn't like that about you. When you first kicked off your journey. That makes me mad that you did that. Normally people who would head to at the start of their journey would be on time and get their first Pokemon. You thought about it and you were about to get a Squirtle. I mean, imagine what your journey would have been like if you never got a Pikachu. If you never got a Pikachu, well then, imagine what your journey would be like without a Pikachu. Well, it's one thing to be mad at you because of that, but I'll let this go because there's one more thing I am mad about. You didn't travel throughout Galar. You did not take a journey in the Galar region. I do not understand that. I thought knowing you amongst someone else would daily travel in Galar. There is a Galar League, dude. There's a Galar League in the Galar region? Yes. And you pass up the opportunity to not? I mean, what's the dealio? I'm sorry. I did not know there was a Galar League in the Galar region. Well, there is, and you missed your opportunity. I thought I knew you. I guess I don't know you. And charging the World Coronation series? Wow. That's not insult to the runes to yourself. Next time, if you stick another toe and not having a journey in Galar, I guess you can't achieve your goal of being a Pokemon master. I'm sorry. But right now, I'm on a journey to become a Pokemon master. But let alone that, you never evolved your Pikachu. Pikachu, if you're wondering what's up, might I hold on to you for a minute? Pikachu, would you mind being held on to Kevin? Pikapi! And then, of how naive Ash Ketchum is and Pikachu is, Pikachu fell for the easiest trick in the book. I'll let it out. But Ash Ketchum passed up the opportunity to not do. To evolve with a Thunderstone. I held Pikachu, I had my Thunderstone in tow, held it, and put it on Pikachu. Pikachu then evolves and finally is a Raichu. Ash Ketchum was like, huh? Why you just did to my Pikachu? I evolved it for you. Now you won't have to worry about Pikachu not evolving since it's just evolved. So, what are you going to do about it, Raichu? Congratulations about being a Raichu. Right? So Raichu was wondering what's with his voice. And others were saying, Raichu knew what was wrong with his voice. By the way, thank you for holding on to me. I'll give you back to Ash. But if you still don't want to be in a Pokeball, go right ahead all you want. Besides, I'm just getting tired of you being a Pikachu right now, so there you go. And Paul is right. You should have evolved. So I did it for him. And now since your Pikachu has evolved, when you do come across Paul would finally say, finally your Pikachu has evolved. And I believe he would want a Pokemon battle with the evolved Pikachu, now a Raichu. Look, I'm sorry for being mad at you, but the thing is, I can't stay mad at you for long. You did beat the champion Leon. For that, nice. You beat Leon. Now you're the monarch. And would you like to know what a monarch really means? What does a monarch really mean? Another way of saying a Pokemon master. You achieved your goal. You finally became a Pokemon master. Whether it is to be a champion or just to continue traveling whatsoever and meet more Pokemon, there's more to being a Pokemon master than meets the eye. And I think Gary got into your head. Since you're a Pokemon champion, how much longer would it be for you to be a Pokemon master? And that made you think and ponder about it, and well, did you really have to think and ponder on it? I mean, you just became a monarch. Isn't that a good reason to be a Pokemon master? The Pokemon monarch is a fancy way of saying a Pokemon master. Whether it is you're a champion or not, you have achieved your goal. But I can't let you not have a journey in Galar go unpunished. I would like it if you definitely have a journey in Galar. Could you please go back to Galar so that I can feel better? Just because I now told you about the Galar League? Because I believe you don't know that there is a Galar League. I should be like, now since you told me about the Galar League, I'll be glad to participate in the Galar League. Good. Well, this Galar League is much different from the other leagues. You're gonna have to be endorsed. So we better find someone that can endorse you to the league. when we get to Galar, okay? Okay. So that's what we'll do, huh? Yes, that's what we'll do. So then me and Ash leave, and I tell Guzma to come. I was like, Guzma? Why is Guzma here? Yeah. I kind of had a journey in Alola, Ash. And I traveled with Guzma in Alola. After I was done in Alola, I went to Oak and Kanto and find out where you were. That's why Oak called you, so that I would know where you are. Oak may have never told you that you might have someone to see you, but would I let Oak know that? But yeah, I did want to see you and talk to you about, well, if you'd like to travel with me in Galar. Would you mind? I would like to travel with you, dude. Travel with the monarch, the Ash Ketchum. And you would have new travel buddies. What do you think? I would like that. Well, great. Can't wait to find out where a Pokemon would be in Galar. Well then, let's head to Galar. So then, me, Ash, and Guzma heads to Galar, and in the process, we find someone that will endorse us to the league. Because, well, I never participated in the league yet. So here where things differ. I don't think that Magnolia would have the necessary Pokemon to show us what Pokemon we would get in the Galar League. So that goes up in the window. So that means I wouldn't get Sobble as a choice. So I would have to travel without a Sobble. So all Magnolia did was help us to get endorsed for the Galar League. And then me and Dash would finally have our journey together with Guzma. So now it's me, Ash, and Guzma. For Ash, and me, after we are endorsed, now I can go into the next section here. Well, for me, for my journey, but for Ash, it's kind of different. We really have our journey, yes. First, we head to Motostoke to get endorsed. And after being endorsed, I would then ask about having a Pokemon battle with him. The gym leader of Motostoke. That would be accepted, and then after I'm done in Motostoke, me, Ash, and Guzma would continue the journey, and Ash would get his first badge as well in Turffield. However, I got my first badge, so there's no need for me to get my second badge and be ahead of Ash. No. But this is where things get a little different here. So, for me, it's Motostoke. Then, yeah, I definitely travel to Turffield. I'm not interested in getting this badge since I got my first badge already. And then I tell Ash that there's multiple badges here, just like in Unova. So, there's no need to worry about me with the next badge. I will get my next badge, but that'll be in Hulbury. I should be like, oh, okay. And then after that, when we were done in Turffield, then we would head to Hulbury, and me and Dash would get our second and third badges. After that, then we would head to Hammerlock. And this is where I can get my third badge to catch up to Ash. So I did. And then after Hammerlock, having that battle against Raihan, Ash would get his next badge after being challenged by him from the World Coronation Series and beated him when he did. So he would get his fourth badge. And I would just get my third badge. After that, then we would head to Stowonside. And I would get my next two badges taking on Alistair and B. And since Ash also got a battle with B, he gets his next badge. Because he defeated B once and for all there. For Alistair, I also take him on, and I'll get my next badge after that. So far, it's Motostoke, Hulbury, Hammerlock, and 2 for Stolen Side. So I would have my 5. For Ash, he would be like Motorstoke, Turfield, Hullbury, Hammerlock, Stolen Side. So we both receive our 5 badges. After that, then we would head to Sirchester. For me is 2. And for Ash is also another 2. So Ash would get his 6 and 7. And for me as well. But wait, what am I missing? Before we head to Sirchester, we head to Bologna, and that is when Ash gets his next official gym battle with Opal. So that is where Ash would get his Real 6 badge. And when we head to Sirchester, he would get his 7th and 8th badge, and I'm behind. So that means when we head to Sirchester, I'm going to get my 6th and 7th badge. From the 2 gym leaders there. And then after that, then we'd head to Spikemuth. And after Spikemuth, that is when I would get my final badge. So that's my badges of my journey in Galar, Motorstoke, Hullbury, Hammerlock, Stoneside for 2, Sirchester for 2, then Spikemuth. That's my 8 badges right there. So I wouldn't get the badges from Turfield or Bologna. After me and Dash got our 8 badges, then me, Ash, and Guzma would head to the Galar League and participate in the Galar League. But not for Guzma. Guzma is in the stands with everybody else, while me and Dash participates in the league. So that's what happens for Galar. So now it's me, Ash, and Guzma. And then I would let Piers know about, well, what I think, how I would want to continue on my journey like. So I would let Piers know if he's interested in going on a journey with me. Piers is like, why would I want to go on a journey with you? Well, what if you have someone else that could run the gym while you're gone? Who do you think else would take over for Spike Muth? I would think Marnie. Then why don't you let Marnie take over for now, and then when you come back to Galar, you can come back and be the gym leader again. It'll be okay. I'm pretty sure Marnie would be glad to represent Spike Muth. So Piers heads to Marnie and says to Marnie, Marnie, would you mind taking over Spike Muth while I'm gone? Apparently I'm going on a journey with Kevin. I will make sure I will return to Galar, but I don't know when, but I'll make sure I will return to Galar. I just got a journey with this guy, and then I'll make sure that I'll come back when the journey is over. Marnie understands, and then Piers tags along. And then the journey is now like me, Ash, Guzma, and Piers. And so that's the Galar journey. My Galar journey and how it goes down. Now, since that's done, what will be left will be Paldea. And when Paldea is done, then I would head back to the What If Ash Ketchum Traveled Without Pikachu section. And I'll see you all later.